All right, negative space. We're in negative space. Let's break this down because we have the MAGA and the no kings, or the knocking on that door. Okay. So as we see that 1 year long celebration, and we see the 2025 to the 25 on the 9/11 and 2026, and then it overlaps to the 2027 and these types of connection points. Okay. So you have the 47 also to the 2027, which is a 47. So all these things are where you have the ovulation and the insemination all going in as this dark sun here. Elon and Don are coming and setting up multiple spectrums among other people, but they're as these are coming along, you have the double negative coming and the positive, and then so basically you take the good and the bad, you bring them together and you create the so-called new good. All right, so everything, we used to live in a time called the good old days, okay, before 2000 supposedly. All right, what we're kind of shown, oh, the good old days, well, before this, that, and the other. Well, all that stuff was always around, okay? But now you have this window into heaven, and this window into heaven has been given life, and this projection is constantly feeding you stuff that you've been taught as evil or wicked or Sodom and Gomorrah or whatever kind of thing. And you're so-called living that sin of Sodom and Gomorrah by that grievous sin. It has nothing to do with what the so-called church is taking up. They said the devil's led us, the devil's music, the devil's activity. Okay? So as they have no kings, negative, MAGA, negative, okay, these are going to come to terms at a point, and that terms is that that exam and whatever else, and then that so-called concentration camp that they have to go into, and this is for those studies as the horse riders come back through and create a new stable and all this different stuff that we're told in that book, that script, but y'all are reading it as cartoon space monkeys, that you've all been made into a cartoon space monkey. Okay. That's also where you see the church accepting that cartoon space monkey kind of theory, the heliocentric or whatever. And then you see the flat earth being laid back upon the earth. Okay, so this is where you have a new heaven and earth being a foundation as we go into the truth, because the way they teach things with the so-called round earth, there's a whole nother type of math versus the math with the flat earth or whatever kind of thing. So this is where math is that theory, or the so-called 2 + 2 = 5, or these types of things that we say, but the people don't necessarily understand. So this is where the triangle has 5 sides, not 3. Either way, folks, y'all been programmed to think one way, this linear fashion, when the world is actually all here. Everything is connected, and I'm trying to show you these connections.